checking out Horseplay Hobbies. Today we are going to be installing a Steeda water pump pulley on our 2014 Mustang GT. Here we have our Steeda billet aluminum water pump pulley for our 2014 Mustang GT with the 5.0 engine. As you can see on the part number, this is actually stating that it's for 2011 through 2012 Mustang GT, even though I'm installing it onto a 2014. Make sure you look at your particular car, count how many holes are on the face of the water pump pulley before you order it. Some have 3 and some have 4. Turns out that in mid-year 2014 they changed over from 3-hole to 4-hole, so even though it's counterintuitive, the 2011 through 2012 is actually the correct part for my particular 2014 Mustang, so just make sure you guys look into that before you order this part. The tools required for this install are going to be a flathead screwdriver, a 6mm Allen key of sorts, a 15mm socket, 10mm socket, and a socket wrench. To get started with our Steeda billet water pump pulley install, we're going to begin by taking off this engine cover. It just pulls straight up. Mine's pre-loosened a little bit. There's just 4 tabs that are just pressure fit in there, so you just lift up all 4 corners and it just pops right out. Once your engine cover is removed, you're going to take your cold air intake off. Whether it's a cold air intake like this JLT brand one or a factory one or anybody else's, they're all going to be removed pretty similarly. You're probably going to have an aircraft clamp around your throttle body that can be removed with a flat blade screwdriver. Next, you're going to want to remove your oil breather tube. And finally, you're going to want to remove your mass airflow sensor here. Once you do, we're going to remove this cold air intake as one unit. With the cold air intake removed, you're going to want to locate your water pump. It's right here, directly beneath your throttle body. There's going to be 4 bolts in our car. Like I was saying before, some other cars are going to have 3 bolts. You want to leave the serpentine belt attached at this point. We're going to loosen up all 4 bolts, get them hand tight, so that way once we have the belt still on there, it's going to give the pulley a little bit of resistance so it doesn't spin. Once they're all loosened up, then we can go ahead and take the tension off of our tensioner, remove the belt, and get the pulley off. These are 10mm bolts, by the way. Once you have your water pump pulley bolts loose, we're going to put a 15mm socket right here on your belt tensioner. You're going to loosen it a bit. That'll take tension off the belt, and then you can remove the belt. Now that we have our pulley removed, we have them sitting side by side so you can see the clear difference. The stock one is on the right, the Steeda is on the left. You can see that they both have a 4-bolt hole pattern. Again, you just want to ensure that yours is a 4-bolt or a 3-bolt before you go and order your part. Some of the reasons you might want to install this Steeda pulley are, number 1, the good looks of it versus the stock one. But the main advantage is you're going to drop about 2 pounds of weight, so it's going to allow for quicker throttle acceleration and should free up a little bit of horsepower also, so it's kind of a win-win situation. Next, we're going to go ahead and install this Steeda pulley, and we'll show you how that's done. To reinstall the Steeda billet water pump pulley, you're going to use the included hardware. There's 6mm Allen key heads on them, so make sure you have some sort of Allen key wrench or a socket attachment for it. And just go ahead and put all 4 of these in. I applied a small bit of blue Loctite, just a little dab on each one before I'm installing them. We're going to get these nice and snug. We're going to put an Allen wrench on it, try and get it tight. We will have to reinstall the belt to get the final tension onto this. The belt will again help to hold that pulley in place. Once you have the bolts into your water pump pulley nice and hand tight, we're going to try to reinstall the serpentine belt. You're going to go to this pulley down here with a 15mm socket, turn it counterclockwise to relieve some of the tension off of it and try to slip your belt back on. It helps to have your belt as close to the final position that you need to go into prior, which I've done. Once you have your belt reinstalled, we can go ahead and tighten the 4 6mm bolts on the water pump pulley. Again, the belt's just going to help to hold this pulley in place so it doesn't spin. Once all your bolts are tight, we're just going to reinstall our cold air intake. This one just takes a little bit of shimmying because I have a larger throttle body on. But once you get it in place, you're just going to tighten down your aircraft clamp. Reconnect your oil breather, and finally reconnect your mass airflow sensor. Once your cold air intake is back in place, we're going to put the engine cover back on. Again, this just has 4 push pins that are just pressed in place, kind of in each corner. Just like so. Thanks for checking out Horseplay Hobbies today. We have plenty more videos coming out. Please check back soon if you enjoyed it, and if you hit that subscribe button, it can really help us out. Thanks.